Hanko is a bilingual port town and municipality on the south coast of Finland, 130 kilometers west of Helsinki. Its current population is 8,835, with the majority being Finnish speakers and a strong minority being Swedish speakers. Politics. Results of the Finnish parliamentary election 2011 in Hanko: Social Democratic Party 29.8%, Swedish People's Party 25.9%, National Coalition Party 13.4%, True Finns 12.8%, Left Alliance 6.3%, Green League 3.8%, Christian Democrats 3.6%, Centre Party 3.0%. Features. The Hanko Peninsula, on which the city is located, is the southernmost tip of continental Finland. The soil is a sandy moraine, and vegetation consists mainly of pine and low shrubs, mostly Kaluna. Hanko is known for its beautiful archipelago. The city has a coastline of approximately 130 kilometers, of which 30 kilometers are sandy beaches. There are also over 90 small islands and islets within the city limits. The skyline of Hanko is dominated by the church and the water tower. Both of them received their current appearance after World War II, as the predecessors were either damaged or destroyed by the Soviet armed forces. Scanned lines serve the link between Hanko and Rostock since October 2007 4 times a week with 2 ro-ro vessels. The trip takes some 36 hours. Events. The Hang-On Regatta has been a traditional fixture on the Finnish social scene, and is the town's major summer event. Sailing enthusiasts attend in order to compete, but there are also others, mostly young people with little or no interest in sailing, who attend only in order to party and drink. The latter constitute the so-called regatta tail, which is not appreciated by most of the town's residents. Other traditional summer activities are the tennis week, the seahorse riding competitions, the summer theatre, and Hanko music festival events. Several sandy beaches and a multitude of leisure harbours attract tourists during the summer months. History. The site was already known by sailors in the 15th century. Petroglyphs from that time are carved into the rock at the Hauonsuoli Island. Hanko has a long history of wars and battles. The Battle of Ganget between Swedish and Russian navies was fought in 1714 in the archipelago north of the peninsula. The battle was the first ever victory of the Russian regular fleet. The fortification works on the Hanko Peninsula had already been started by the end of the 18th century, when the Swedish constructed 3 separate forts on the outlying islands. The forts were taken over by Russia in 1809, and were later bombarded by the Royal Navy during the Crimean War, and they were eventually blown up during the hostilities by their own defenders. The city was founded in 1874. Soon after, the Hanko-Hyvinkää Railway was inaugurated in 1872. The imperial charter for the city was granted by Tsar Alexander II. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, Hanko was the port of choice for emigrants leaving Finland for a new life in North America. A memorial statue showing birds in flight commemorates this. In the late 19th century, while Finland was still a Grand Duchy under Russia, Hanko was a popular spa resort for the Russian nobility. Some of the buildings from that period survive, notably the Hanko Casino. It is nowadays a restaurant. The Hotel Continental was designed by architect Lars Sonck in the notable Jugendstil style of the time. After falling into a poor state, the hotel was in 2013 restored to its former glory. Field Marshal C.G. Mannerheim owned a Café de Fire of Indianas Hus, which is still very popular among tourists and residents alike. The Bengtska Lighthouse, situated 25 kilometers southwest of Hanko, is the tallest one in the Nordic countries. It was built in 1906 and it was the first lighthouse museum in Finland. Soviet naval base in the Moscow Peace Treaty that ended the Winter War on March 13, 1940. Hanko was leased to the Soviet Union as a naval base for a period of 30 years. During the Continuation War, Soviet troops were forced to evacuate Hanko in early December 1941. The Soviet Union renounced the lease formally in the Paris Peace Treaty of 1947. As a curiosity, it can be noted that the short Russo-Finnish front across the base of the peninsula on the Finnish side was held in part by volunteer troops from Sweden. A museum has been established at this location, among the trenches and other remnants of the war. The role of the Hanko naval base was replaced by Porkala in the armistice between Finland and the Soviet Union of September 19, 1944. Released back to Finland in January 1956. Sports. The following sports clubs are located in Hanko. Hanko IK. International relations. Twin towns. Sister cities. Hanko is twinned with Gentofte, Denmark. Haapsalu, Estonia. Halmstad, Sweden. Stord, Norway.